Okay, DC Shame Tours. We're at, my favorite place, of course, U.S. Soldiers Cemetery and Airmen and Sailors and Merchant Marines and civilian employees. U.S. Soldiers Cemetery here in DC. I'm at the caretaker's house. There's been a structure on this site since 1840s, 1850s. Seen on a map. It looks like an old torch being swallowed up and rarely spend some time up here, so I'd make a fun little video because I noticed some things I haven't noticed before. I've been down here for a couple of years. There's a road nowhere. They're working on the fence. I'll put it back soon. And but there's no gate there. There's been no gate since the 1930s. So obviously, early days, you used to just walk through. Abraham Lincoln used to. The old soldiers' home was across the street, so it could have been. Who knows? Very possible. I doubt it. That was probably 1920s and stuff, but. It also leads down to a door that goes to nowhere that was taken out and stuff. It leads to some front door. I'm always tempted to knock on. Some guy in his slippers is going to open the door and give me a tour, but I doubt it. Probably say, get out of here. I don't think it's that. But anyways, just like the battleground cemetery in Georgia Avenue, it's got a plate with the Gettysburg Address of the greatest president ever. 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the presumption that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil insurrection, war, testing whether that nation, or any nation, so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot concentrate, we cannot hollow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above all poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. That's the hardest part. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave their last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Greatest President of the United States, November 19th, 1863, at Gettysburg National Cemetery. Union first. Union always.